Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel, and we are on to the next part of this tutorial. And as you can see, we have gotten two artboards and we are set to move to the next artboard design, as you can see in our main project. So guys, this is the page we are going to be creating. Today's tutorial is going to be very simple and straight to the point. We'll be doing most of copying and pasting because this is something each and everybody here can do. Alright guys, so for today, what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to head over to our project and just going to click on this welcome page and hold down Ctrl+D to duplicate this page, right? So you can see I'm just going to take out what I don't need and leave what I'm going to be needing for this project. So I'm just going to click on this. I actually will not need this, so I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to delete the login button too. So you can see we grouped it in the last tutorial. I'm going to delete this, and I'm also going to delete this create a free account. I am not going to need it. All right, so guys, as usual, I have my cheat sheets. Like always, this is going to guide us to do the right thing and make sure we have the same thing with our preview, right? So guys, the first thing I'm going to do is to copy this, create a free account. So I'm just going to copy this, Ctrl+C, and come over here. We're going to replace this welcome to Audiomack with this create a free account. All right, so as usual, it got a styling, right? And which is font Montserrat, and color, which is this color we have here. Font size is 16 and the font weight is bold, so let's effect that. Font size is 16, all right, and the font weight is actually bold. Okay, the color is FD, so yes, we have it already. So guys, what I'm just going to do is just to make sure this is properly aligned. Actually, not this kind of alignment, so I'm just going to Ctrl+Z, and yes, this particular alignment. So create a free account. Let me zoom in again so you can see. So guys, here we have it. And the next thing I want to do is to grab my cycle tool, which is this, or my ellipse tool, E, and then I'll just draw a simple ellipse like this. All right, so if you look at my cheat sheet, let me just drag it over here. If you look at my cheat sheets, and you'll discover that now it has a width of 63, right, and a height of 63. So let me copy the color code, Ctrl+C, and I'm just going to come over here. Now let us first change the width to 63. All right, and change the height. You can see automatically it has changed to 63, and I'm just going to change the color to this. All right, so now make sure I add it, the swatch to this, which is there, and I'm just going to tap enter and make sure I add this to it like this. All right, that's perfect. Yeah, so I'm just going to push this to this edge like this and make sure there's sufficient amount of space between the first test and the cycle or the ellipse. All right, so I'm still going to create another ellipse. As you can see in the preview, let me show you guys so you can see what I'm trying to achieve. All right, as you can see in the preview, this is what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm just going to teach you how to do the first one, and you can be able to replicate the whole process across the remaining three icons. Okay guys, it's very simple, very simple. Just stay with me. Okay, I'm just going to come over here and duplicate this ellipse, Ctrl+D, and I've duplicated it, right? Ctrl+D, don't forget. And I'm also going to, that's for the inner cycle, change the color to this, Ctrl+C, and the width is 29, the height is 30. So let's first effect that. Width is what? 29. All right, and the height is 30. So right now you'll not be able to notice any significant difference until I change the color. So color is this. All right, so we have it here, and what I want to do is to remove the border from this, and as well as remove the border from the first ellipse. All right, you can see I've taken out the border. Now I'm just going to hold down these two ellipses together by holding that Control and click on this to align vertically, and click on this to align what? Horizontally, center. You can see. So there we have it. We have it in the center like this, as simple as this. All right, so what I'm just going to do now is to come over here and drag my icon, which is this. I'm going to be placing this icon. So I taught you how to import in Adobe. All I need to do is just click and drag, right? And don't forget, I'm going to leave this icon for you to download also and use for yourself. All right, as usual. So I'm just going to keep it here like this, and make sure I just resize it. I'm just going to hold down my shift. All right, so resize uniformly. Hold down my shift like this. Okay, you can also hold down Alt too. I believe Alt will do the same thing. Yeah, much more better. All right, so I'm just going to drag it here and place it in this cycle. Simple as that, right? And see how hard is that? Okay, So I'm just going to, in order for us to align it, to make sure it's aligned center in a particular container, you can just click on the layer itself and click on the particular container you want it to fit in, and come over here, make sure you select the 2 layers using the control key, and I'll make sure you click on this to align center and align horizontally, center too. So that's it for this. So I'm just going to come over here and I'll make sure I group all this together. So I'm just going to hold down Ctrl+G and call it Google. Okay, Google. So like this, we are done with this first one. So all I'm just going to do is just to fast forward this video a bit and complete the rest using same process. But it's just that for the rest social media icons, you will not be needing the inner cycle. You just have to, as you can see, you won't be needing the inner cycle, just the cycle and the icon, like that for the remaining tree. So I'm just going to effect that ASAP. So guys, fast forward. Okay guys, so we are back and this is it. So I hope you have gotten this with me too. You can see it's very, very simple. All right guys, the next thing I want to do is to, as you can see from our preview or from the app itself, we have our enter your email, right? So I'm just going to replicate the same process, enter your email. Now let's see if we can achieve same thing. Okay, I just opened the wrong app, so it's going to pop up now in a minute, don't mind me. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is to pick my text tool and just do some little writing, or you know what, instead of just typing, I'll just duplicate this first, text, Ctrl+D, and I'm just going to drag it forward to make sure it's aligned, right? You can see these guidelines. You guys should not neglect it. In my first app prototype design, I actually emphasize on these guidelines. It helps to give the sufficient amount of space across your elements in the artboard, so don't neglect this. You can see, so I'm just going to leave it at where it snaps, and I'm going to edit this text and call it enter. In fact, I think I have it here. Let's check our cheat sheet. I'm going to say enter your email. Enter your email. I'm sorry, let me close this. All right guys, so enter your email. So I'm just going to paste it, enter your email, like this. Let's see what we have in our cheat sheet. So we have a font size of 14, color of this, and font weight of bold. So let's effect that. So font size is actually 14 and not this. Okay, and all right, so let's see if the color is actually, the color is actually correct. So that's enter your email. I'm just going to duplicate this again, Ctrl+D, and bring it down like this. So I'm just going to keep it this way, 22 pixels across. All right guys, and I'm going to come over to my cheat sheet and see enter at domain.com. That's the placeholder for this form. All right, I'm just going to paste it here, and let's see the styling. We have a font. Please, I'm going to also leave the cheat sheet, the styling for you, or whatever it's called. I'm going to leave it for you in the description. As a matter of fact, you already have it by now. All you have to do is just head over to the description to download it. All right, so the font size is 14 and font weight is medium. So let's effect that. So the font weight is actually medium, and let's see what else again. It didn't effect. Font weight is medium, and let's change the color to this color I've copied over here, and paste. Okay, see, that's why I like to use shortcut keys. So I'm just going to paste and tap enter. All right, and make sure I save this. You can see I add color swatch or save color swatch, and this is it. And font family is actually Montserrat as usual. The next thing, or the final thing I want to do for this form, is actually pick my parts or my pen tool and draw or create a part like this. So I'm just going to hold down shift to make sure I have a very straight part like this. You can see once I hold down my shift key, it becomes so straight, and I'm just going to click to form another node. And as usual, this is going to be attached to the pen tool. So how do I do it? And I'm just going to attach it. I hope that's correct. I'm just going to press the escape key, and it's going to separate itself. Okay guys, we also have the styling for this, and you can see we have the part has a border of size 2 and a color of this. So I'm just going to effect that. So it has a border of size 2 like this and a color of this. I'm going to tap enter. Make sure I save it to swatch too, so I can always make reference to this color and use. All right guys, so you can see here we have it. Simple, right? Or you both say easy peasy. Okay guys, so I'm just going to make sure I just have So just take it upwards a bit like this, and that's cool and fine by me. And I'm just going to draw my ruler to see if it's actually aligned properly like this. Okay, so I'm just going to shift the email to the left a bit and shift this part to the left a bit. All right, so it touches this ruler, and I'm going to take it back. Okay guys, so I'm just going to group all this together. Email, that's the placeholder, the enter your email, that's the label, and the parts. Okay, so I know some of you will be like, how does this guy know the names for all these? Well, I don't see myself as creating a UI UX design right now. I actually see myself as building an application or a web application. So while building a web application, there are actually terminologies for this, guys. So I also do some tutorials on coding. You can check my coding tutorials on my channel. So I'm just going to hold down Ctrl+G to group this together, and I'll call this email. All right, so guys, you can see we are almost done with this, and make sure this is center as usual. Why do I keep clicking on this? I'm just going to Ctrl+Z and make sure this is center like this. Perfect. All right guys, so guys, one more thing we have to do is to come over here, and you can see we have this little text here, by signing into Audiomack, blah blah blah. So I'm just going to copy it exactly, come over here and paste. You can see it's just a very simple text, nothing special about it. You can see, and make sure I still maintain that 22 pixels around each element. So I'm going to make sure this is also at the center too, like this. All right, so this is it. Very, very simple. And I'll make sure this is also at this point. You understand? I'm going to just shift the login button to this. Actually, it's called the create a free account button. So I'm just going to shift it to make sure I maintain this same line with this login button over here, this one. So I just want to maintain the same line. You can see they're on the same line, right? So all I need to do is just to click on this button right now like this, and let's see. It's not called a create a free account now. It's going to be called Nest like this. So I'm just going to edit this and change it to Nest. So all I need to do is just to click 3 times Nest and type in Nest, and I'll make sure this is also aligned in the center like this. So I'm just going to click on both layers, click on the first layer and click on the second layer, and align center horizontally, vertically, and align center horizontally, and yes, that's it. So I'm just going to delete this. I don't need this. All right, so this is perfect. And if you notice, since we duplicated this entire page, we're still going to have the same components interaction we had, or we're still going to have the same interaction we had on the button. So let's click on this, and in fact, let me change this to create a free account page. That's the name, create a free account. Or all right, let's just leave it like this, create a free account. And now let's play this artboard. Let's preview it and see. Okay, so you can notice, yes, there's one more thing. If you notice, in the last tutorial we actually had a hover section, right? So if you notice, in the last section we actually established a hover state on this button, right? So when you click it, the background change, and if you notice, we duplicated it, right? So it's still having the same hover interaction of the last button. All right, so all we need to do is just to come over here, click on this button to correct that. I'm just going to click on this button, and where are you? So on this, okay, we're going to go to the hover state like this. Okay, so on the hover state, we don't want to create a free account, right? We want what? Nest. So I'm just going to change this to what? Nest. So in case you're having the same issue, just know that it's very easy to correct. So I'm just going to select the 2 layers again, holding down the control, and I'm going to click on this, and yeah, there we have it. So I'll make sure you exit the hover state and go to the default state. I know if any of you get confused, or if you get confused in this process, make sure you refer back to the previous tutorial. That's the first part of this series, and you understand the whole thing perfectly. All right guys, so this is for the first page, and it's so simple, very simple like that. So all I want to do now, the next thing I want to do, okay, first of all, let's test this out. So I'm just going to play this prototype like this, and let's see what we have. You can see now that problem has been sorted out. All right guys, so I'm just going to close this and come over here like this, and now onto the next page, and let's make sure I grab this from here. I'm just going to grab this icon from here like this. I'm just going to Ctrl+C and come over here, and Ctrl+V. Simple. And the good thing about Adobe SD is that it's actually very smart. I don't have to come and start repositioning this icon. It's already sense that I grabbed it from a particular position here, it's going to place it automatically in the position it came from. It's as simple as that. Like, it's so intelligent and smart. All right, guys, so I'm just going to duplicate this page so we can achieve the second page, which is this. You can see the create a password page. Very, very simple page. You can see, in fact, what we're going to be doing is simple. We're just going to be doing duplicating here. Like, you can see this page, there's nothing going on this page. It's just a very simple text which I'm just going to duplicate right now. So what I'm going to do is to come over here and duplicate this, Ctrl+D, and say create a free account. Let's call it create a free account. Let's actually call it 2. Okay, so as usual, we're just going to be deleting whatever we don't need, and which includes this. I'm just going to delete this, keep the create a free account. As you can see, delete this and delete this. Okay, and the next thing I want to do, as you can see in this main design, our first design or the preview, you can see it has a button of this color, right? So let's make sure we first change the color of this button. Okay, so I'm just going to come over here and click on the button twice, and change the fill color to this, and tap enter, and make sure I save this swatch as like this as usual, and click on the next. That's the text itself, and make sure I use this color, our color here, which is FD, I suppose this one. Okay, are you sure that's the color we use? So let's be sure we use that same color. Okay, I guess we use something darker, which is this. Actually, not that. Sorry guys, let me see if I can grab the same color for you so you can follow along. I don't want you guys missing out on this, so I'm just going to copy this color. Actually, I thought we have this color, F8. We actually do have this color, so I'm just going to paste it. Let's see, and this is it. And maybe I copied the wrong background, so let's see what's wrong. So I'm just going to come over here, and I guess I copied the wrong background. So let's come over here and see what's the fill color. The fill color is actually this F3. So I copied the wrong. So I'm just going to come over to our project and paste this here like this. Simple as that, guys. So that's it. All right, so guys, it's as easy as that. If you notice, in the overstate it's going to have this. So but we don't want this kind of color in the overstate, right? Instead, the kind of color we want is actually this one, our primary color. So I'm just going to click on the rectangle again and make sure we change the color to this, which is this. All right, guys, so and let's make sure we take this out of the overstate and set it to the default state, which is this. And the rest is story, because as you can see, all I have to do is just to copy. In fact, I'm just going to copy this entire section, as simple as that. I'm going to copy this entire section, Ctrl+C, and come over here and paste, because there's nobody that will tell me it doesn't know how to create this. This is a simple test which we did just now. Enter your email, same thing. All right, this icon too, I'm going to leave it for you in the description box. In fact, I'm going to leave you a sheet that contains all my icons, like where I take my icons from, like free icons, so you can easily download it. I'm just going to leave that sheet for you in the description so you can get access to all the buttons I use. And you can see password requirements. I didn't do anything special here, as you can see. And if the bullet is the only thing that's going to confuse you, then this is how I did the bullets. I just picked my cycle, and in fact I held down shift while creating the cycle to make a perfect cycle, right? I don't know who can make a cycle, so I'm just going to click on this, right, to change the fill color to this color we have here and take away the border, and that's simple as this. So guys, basically this is everything for this 2 artboard. So simple. All right, guys, so you can see we are done for today. So let's play this particular prototype and let's see what we have here. Let's first of all hold down Ctrl+S to save so we don't miss anything. Okay, all right, so I'm just going to hold down Ctrl+S and save and play this preview, and let's see what's going to happen. So this is cool. Let's wait for it to actually, we have not done the interaction, which is going to be the last part, the prototyping. So we're just going to use my arrow key to manually move to the slide I want, and you can see this is it. So you can see once I hover my mouse on this button, it automatically changes to this. Once I take it out, simple. Very, very simple. Alright guys, so like I said, very soon on my YouTube channel I'll teach us how to use this form, like how to actually make an actual form input and then style it also, so so we can also type values into this when we play our prototype. So guys, that is all for today. I hope I didn't bore you and I hope I didn't confuse you. Please, as usual, don't forget to leave any questions in the description box for me to attend to, and I promise I always attend to every questions that might arise, and I'll always be there to actually help you on your journey to creativity and making you a better UI UX designer. In fact, a better ICT guy or ICT lady. Alright guys, so thank you all for today. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you guys for 842 subscribers. I love you all. Please join me as we help boost this channel and grow this channel. Let's see if we can get to 1000 subscribers before the end of this year. Thank you so much guys. I love you all. Bye.